In Thursday's class, we discussed about the second unit, what actually meant by a class, and how actually the class is going to be defined within the Java programming language with the use of main method class. Then proceeding with the next declaration of a class, how actually the class can be defined, can be declared, can be used with member function, constructors, and method declarations. And what are the different types of informations can be given within a class. Then afterwards we came across with declaring the member variables, or we can say fields or data members of a class. The simple examples like public int cadence, public int gear, and public int speed. Then moving to the next one, we have used or saw access modifiers. There are different four types of access modifiers you can use, but here the most importantly will be defining with the two different types of modifiers. They are called as, one is public private, another one is private. Public means if any variable, any class, or any method, or any data members, if they are defined or declared with public, means that particular informations can be accessed anywhere within the program. If any variable, if any class, or if any method, or any functions which are defined with private, means they will be accessed only within its context means the limitation will be there, where public is not going to have any limitation, but the private you are going to have a limitation that it can be accessed within a particular given set of braces. Today we'll be going with the next statement, that is called as how actually the methods can be defined. In the previous things you have discussed. Then today the very important session we are going to have here, that is how actually the objects can be created for a already defined class. In the previous session you have seen what actually meant by the class, fields, constructor, values, and method declarations or data members or member functions. Now, when a class is defined with these all the things, with the help of main method class, those all the informations whatever you have defined or declared within the class should be accessed at the time of execution of a program. So for that sake, there is a need of creation of objects. Once again I am going to repeat for you, just to understand what actually why there is a necessity of creating objects for entire classes. What is the significance of creating the objects, you should have to understand first, then only you can know the significance of or the importance of object creation also. Okay, so you have been defined a class name with a public, and within that one you are defined with fields or data members. Then you are going to have with the constructor values. Then you are defined with the main method functions or member functions. To access those all the things at the time of execution of the program, there compulsory you need certain information. That information is the thing but called as what? Objects. Those objects which are going to be accessing the information from the outside of the class. As you know, a class provides the blueprint for objects. You create an object for a class. Each of the following statements taken from the class object demo program creates an object and assigns it to a variable. A simple statement here is going to say a blueprint of an object. You want to say class provides a blueprint of an object. Now you think the class name you are defined with the point. What you did, a class name you are defined with the point, and origin one is called as an object. Means point is a class and origin one is a object name which is associated with some values. So whatever the information you are declared within a point can be accessed through the origin one. You have already seen this one in a structure. structure student and you are going to create yes means yes will be accessing the informations or data members which are present within the structure. Like that way only here also there is the same sort of execution you are going to do. What is that? A class is going to define with origin 1 is equal to new point 23 comma 94, means 23.94 are the values which are defined for a class called as a point. With the help of origin 1 object you are going to execute the statements. Same example you can go for next one, that is rectangle is another class which is defined with rect1. Rectangle is another class which is accessed with rect1 as object, and you are creating an object for rectangle with the help of origin 1 and with the two different types of parameters you are going to pass. So this is another simple examples you can define here. Another next example you are going to have with rectangle is another one class which is defined with another object, same class name with two different types of objects you can define. One is rect1 already are used, and rect2 is defined with a value called as rectangle 50 comma 100. So this is how you are going to define the different types of objects can be created for a particular statements. The next line he is going to define with what here he is going to define now. The first line creates an object of a point class, and the second and the third lines each create an object of the what? Rectangle class. Each of these statements has three parts: declaration, instantiation, initialization. Each object if you want to create for a particular class means you're going to have with how many statements will be there. One, first you're going to declare, then you're going to instantiation, then afterwards you're going to go for initialization. Declaration means the code set is bold are all variable declarations that associated a variable name with an object type. For example, origin 1 is a declaration you are defining with the class name. Instantiation means the new keyword is a Java operator that creates the object. Now after the equals to you are going to have a new here. New means it is instantiation. Instantiation means it is going to create an object of its own. If I am going to say fruit, what you are going to bring? If I am going to say bring orange is new, apple is new, or pineapple is new, means if from the fruit it is instantiated by another three different types of informations you are going to create, that is called as instantiation. Then afterwards you are going to have with the initialization. Initialization means defining the values within the parenthesis, either calling by the normal method member function or through the constructors you can call. That is called as initialization. Declarations means defining an variable name for the created or a declared class. Instantiation means using the new keyword you are going to define or you are going to different you are going to create a different objects for a particular class. Or initialization means you are going to follow through or give the information in a form of values to the variable names. We can call them as what? A declaration, instantiation as well as initialization. Declaring a variable to refer to an object type name. This notifies the compiler that will use name to refer to data whose type is type with a primitive variables. This declarations also reserve the proper amount of memory for the variable. Now you can take a simple example. Point is a class is declared with a variable name, or you can say it is a object for that particular class. Point is a class name which is declared with the origin name. Origin 1 means it is an object for a point. If you declare origin 1 like this, its value will be undetermined until an object is actually created and assigned to it. It means just it is declared. You are not initiating it, or you are not going to make any initialization for that one. Simply declaring a reference variable does not create any object. Just it is going to declare, but it is not going to create, because another two steps you should have to follow here, that is instantiation as well as initialization of a variable or a object. For that you need to use the new operator as described in the above section or next section. You must assign an object to the origin one before you use it in your code, otherwise you will get an compiler error. If you are going to define only point origin one, then you will be getting an compiler error, and ultimately you are going to have, if you are not defined with any or declared with any new operator or not instantiated or initialized, then ultimately the origin one will be having a value called as null, which is defined in the statement. Okay, this is how you're going to create a objects. Then a simple example how actually the objects can be instantiated, how you're going to define those all the things, or how they will be defined within the memory buffer, we will see now. Instantiation is in one part where the new operator instantiates a class by allocating memory for a new object and returning a reference to that memory. The new operator also invokes the object constructor. The phrase instantiating a class means the same thing as creating an object. When you create an object, you are creating an instance of a class, therefore instantiating a class, therefore it is used as a instantiation of the class. So how are you going to do that one? The new operator requires a single comma postfix argument, a call to a constructor, the name of the constructor that provides the name of the class to instantiate. Just you have seen a simple example in the previous statement. Rectangle rect1 is equal to new rectangle means it is going to call a class constructor. In the previous statements or session had been said that if a class name is same as of a function name, or function name is which is defined as the same of your class name, we can call that one as what? Constructor. And here through the constructor you are calling, you are creating an object, we can call that one as what? Constructor object, which is going to be initiated or instantiated. The new operator returns a reference to the object it created. This reference is usually assigned to variable of the appropriate type, like this way. So see, point origin 1 is equal to new point of 23 comma 94. Just see which is illustrated in an uh, figure, where origin 1 with a rectangle is referring to the entire data members of the class called as point. So origin 1 dot 23, origin 1 dot 94 means origin 1 is the part of your class called as a point, which is going to act as an object to access the data members of your what? Data members of the particular class itself. The reference returned by the new operator does not have to be assigned to variable. It can also be used directly in an expression. For example, so a simple variable is defined with the class variable int height is equal to new rectangle class dot height, means the value of that variable will be stored within the height here. So what you can understand from this particular thing here, you can understand that how actually the instantiation can be happened. Also we have been having a simple example also here. Just stick across over here. Public class point int x equals to 0, y is equals to 0, and you are written with public point int a comma int b. So written here int a comma int b means point 23 will be accessed within A, 94 will be accessed within the B. So x is equals to A and y is equal to B. Whatever the value of A as in a form of pointer which is stored will be dumped within the x of class point. So B is going to access y is equal to B. y is equal to b means whatever the value 94 is there will be stored within the y. This is called as initializing a object. So this class contains a single constructor. You can recognize a constructor because its declaration uses the same name as the name class, and it has no return type. So you are not having any return type for that one. Public point your return, public int point, float point. Constructor doesn't need any return types, but when you are going to define those all the things in a form of normal functions, you need to go for that. So the constructor in the point class takes two integer arguments as declared by the code, int a comma int b. Depends upon you how many variables you are going to pass, either one or two or three maximally you can go for it. The following statement provides 23 and 94 as a values for those arguments. So this is how you are going to execute the simple example here. You can check out here how actually the informations can be given and how you are accessing the different types of values. Okay, so public class rectangle is there, normal variables you are defined, that is public int width equals to 0, int height is equal to 0. Public point origin means point is another class name which is defined with a object called as origin. So the public rectangle origin is equals to new point 0 comma 0. What it is going to define, you are accessing the or you are associating the values of the another class within the rectangle. Then public rectangle point p, here there is very important. Now you are using a class and its object. Origin is a variable of your point, wherein which you are going to substitute the value of p within the origin. Then afterwards you are going to have public rectangle int w and int h. What it means? Origin is equal to new point of 0 comma 0 means initializing the values. W and H are the parameters wherein which you are going to pass from the main method class to your rectangle class, wherein which it is going to store or dump within the already present what class variables of the rectangle. Then afterwards you are going to use another one function of the same statement, that is point p int w int p, another variable you are going to pass. Then afterwards what you are going to do, you are just moving the variable values of the rectangle. The method of the method for moving the rectangle of its information to the within the rectangle objects. Then you are going to make a multiplication of variable values. Just you can see how actually the informations can be blended here or mingled. All the explanation whatever I have did, it has been written in the form of ways. Just you can see origin 1 is also supporting or accessing the information of point object x comma x is having 23 and y is going to have 94. The same object is referred within the origin. Same object origin 1 is referred within the rectangle object and you are accessing with its own data values. So this is how actually the informations can be created, and this is the different types of informations where you are going to access the objects. The simple example you are going to have. So I will end the class here itself. Rest other things we shall discuss tomorrow. Thank you.